In Afghanistan, ISIS Khorasan seeks to expand its ranks and develop the capability to inspire, enable, or direct attacks in the region and beyond, with the group's ultimate goal to attack the U.S. homeland. Amidst these challenges, strategic competition is deeply manifest in the region. The People's Republic of China aggressively expands its informational, military, and economic instruments of national power across the region. And now, Beijing seeks to establish its diplomatic influence. China, dependent on the region for over half of its imported crude oil and more than a third of all its natural gas, is also moving beyond energy-based investments to encompass physical and telecommunications infrastructure that advances its Belt and Road initiatives. 19 of 21 CENTCOM countries have signed a Belt and Road agreement with China. We are in a race to integrate with our partners before China can penetrate the region. Russia, on the other hand, seeks to expand its influence in Syria, seeking a permanent basing there and undermining our efforts towards stability and security. Putin seeks a foothold of influence in the Central Asian states, leveraging historical relations and a perceived decline in U.S. engagement to challenge our influence in this area of the world. With these challenges, the CENTCOM region holds the greatest risk of derailing the national defense strategy with a flashpoint international incident that may demand a response using unplanned resources or attention. That is why we require a sufficient and sustainable force posture to accomplish these missions without relying on additional forces. And to accomplish these strategic priorities, CENTCOM focuses on a strategic approach centered on people, partners, and innovation. People are our greatest asset and our most critical resource. Our partners are the nation's comparative advantage against competitors like China and Russia. And across CENTCOM, we cultivate deep, abiding partnerships that can serve as a hedge against threats in the region, while deterring Iran from its most destructive behavior. And China views our partners as merely customers and clients. Innovation of thought, innovation of process, innovation of concept, and technology extends the value of our partnerships, and innovation allows us to move faster, operate more efficiently, and increase progress across all operational efforts. So deter Iran, counter violent extremist organizations, and compete strategically are what we do. People, partners, and innovation, that is how we do them. In closing, let me thank you again for the support of our service members, civilians, and their families. For 40 years, much of that time in sustained combat and CENTCOM area of responsibility, the United States and the region relied on the American service member for the security and stability of the region and to advance American interests. Those men and women have fulfilled the original promise of this command and in some of the toughest circumstances, and we owe them a debt of gratitude. It is the greatest honor of my lifetime to be their commander.
I know this is kind of hard to follow because these guys, they speak using these big words and terms and all of this crap, and it's really hard for you to follow along. They do that on purpose. All right. But what this man just told you is that Russia and China, to put it in layman's terms, China is throwing its weight around. It's approaching world domination on a different level. It's looking at its enemies as customers and clients. All right. See, I watch a lot of gangster movies, and what China is doing is actually gangster, because if you watch gangster movies, you will know that just because you enemies with another family or whoever, that don't mean y'all can't do business. That don't mean y'all can't come to an understanding and an agreement. And that's what China is doing. They done got 19 of 20 countries that was involved in a pact with the United States to sign up with them. And how did they do it? By offering them a piece of the pie. You know what I'm saying? That's how they doing it. The United States get allies not from money, but I mean, they do with trading, trade agreements and stuff like that. But more so with the United States was the big dog offering protection. That's how the United States was doing it. Old school type of gangster shit, if you really want to know. All right. But see, China is coming at our allies with the money. And how they doing it is they're getting rid of the dollar. You see what I'm saying? So if the dollar ain't worth nothing, people gonna be looking like, countries have to rely on their own money, because what's the other thing out there? Nothing. The petrodollar is the standard right now. China and Russia is replacing it. So who not gonna get on board to do international trade? You see what I'm saying? And the money is backed by gold. So the other thing though, did you hear what this guy was saying? A flashpoint international incident. Do you know what that is? That means there will be conflict. All right. There will be conflict. I'm gonna tell you what the conflict gonna be, because I've been following this. It's gonna be in Taiwan. It's gonna be over Taiwan. Taiwan is over there by China. All right, if I'm not mistaken, this is dead smack in the middle with China. You know, it's on Chinese territory, but the United States is Taiwan has asserted its independence and did so being backed by the United States. China allowed this for so long. I don't think they're gonna allow it no more. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna give you an example of what it's like. It's like New York City declaring or remember how Texas was somebody was gonna declare they was gonna secede? It's like Texas seceding and China backing them or Russia backing them, and they succeeded. All right, succeeded means they're not a part of the Union no more or a part of the United States, and they're their own country. And let's just say China backed them. How long do you think the United States will go for China having a presence right here on their own soil? Not very long. So how long China don't put up with the United States having Taiwan over there for a long time. All right. Same thing with Hong Kong. I think ain't Hong Kong getting Taiwan, but they're not gonna do it no more. They've already said who is it? It wasn't Nancy Pelosi. Somebody else went over there to visit Taiwan, and China threatened them. China threatened them. So Taiwan officials, you better not meet with her. This shit is it's about to go down. This is World War III. But here go the kicker. The United States will be attacked. All right. So let me give you some history. In the other world wars, the last World War, that shit happened over there. Germany and, France, United Kingdom, that stuff was over there. The United States went over there to help. We think this war gonna be fought in China? No, they coming here. They coming to the United States, people. Russia, China, North Korea, and the rest of them goons, they coming here to this soil. All right, they coming here. Now, Mexico been very, very quiet during all of this, and I'm saying that because I have no evidence of anything that, China and Russia and North Korea are going to come up through Mexico. I don't have no word on that. But I have some word on them coming through Canada. You know what I'm saying? I got some word on them coming through, but they coming here, people. You are witnessing the beginning of World War III, and the United States is number one for going down. All right, we number one for going down. I'm telling you, you better wake up and pay attention, dog. This country is going to be invaded by them people, and we cannot. We just don't have the foot power to do anything about it. All right, I don't know what resources Russia got as far as foot soldiers on the ground, but China and North Korea got 1 million apiece. 1 million apiece. Do you understand that? Do you know what that means? This gonna turn into a bloodbath. All right, this will be a bloodbath because we don't have the military to do this. Then you got to look at it like this: the United States is so like sectioned. You know what I'm saying? Like, do I want to fight for this country? Like, what? I don't want to fight for this country. I would rather flee. The fuck I'm gonna fight for? You still ain't gave reparations. I'm not forgetting that. You gave everybody else something. You gave Chinese something. These motherfuckers come from overseas, India, Arabs, they get tax abatements and stuff like that. And you keep your foot on black people's neck. I'm not fighting for this country. My father served in the Korean War. He told me. I said, I'm gonna go to service. No, you're not. It's no place for a black man. He the one who taught me all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? He said, yeah, I went. That's what woke him up. Woke him up. You see what I'm saying? So you got other. Everybody ain't gonna fight for this. I'm just be honest with you. Everybody. I'm talking about white and black. You got white militias now that want to take the government down. Some people gonna look at this as an opportunity. You see what I'm saying? Why am I gonna fight for the old regime? Why am I gonna fight for the FDA who poisoned my food, my water, and all that? Why? The country needs an enema, at least at the top. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. If I was you, though, I'd get the Soul Trap session because a lot of us ain't gonna make it, man. I'm just gonna be honest with you. Go on.